morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is Saturday, December 2nd, so you know what time it is. It's Wax Gaming Weekly Recap time, where we try and go through all the latest updates from the Wax blockchain, plus anything that's coming up here in the near future. Can you believe it's already December? This year has been flying by, and it's probably for a good reason. Just it's been a crazy year, but it's also hopefully we're getting closer to a bull market. So what we're going to do today is cover a number of quick updates throughout the Wax blockchain. But before we dive into that, I wanted to go ahead and make a few quick announcements on my side. First of all, the Wax Gaming Weekly Recap that's going to be normally on the 9th on Saturdays for next week will be delayed. I'm going to be away from videoing for a little bit, just on vacation with the family. Still be accessible through Discord, but just giving you a heads up that the video for the Wax Gaming Weekly Recap on Saturday the 9th will probably be delayed till Monday. So just keep an eye out for that. I also wanted to make you aware, if you haven't already noticed, which most people have, I've already seen a number of comments, you're starting to see this little disclaimer on all of my videos. It's not because I've gotten into any trouble, it's just because I'm making sure I don't get into any trouble. As you all are aware, I focus all of my content on gameplay and focus on the gamer side of games and things that are going on within the Wax blockchain. I try to also announce sales that are coming up, but I want to make sure that no one gets confused or has any confusion at all with my videos and understands that it's not financial advice. I'm just trying to communicate information and give my personal opinion. So that's why this has been added to every single video going forward. So I apologize for those of you that hate these disclaimers. I get it. I understand. I don't like doing it either, but I do have to do it. It's just the way the landscape is right now. So if we ever get to a point where there's a little more flexibility with it, I'll be happy to remove it. But for now, it's got to be in there. So I apologize. So I wanted to go ahead and address that here instead of doing a whole separate video or post on it. So it considered addressed. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual news for the Wax blockchain this week. Starting off with a shout out for Drawn Company. They are representing Wax in the UK ComicCon that's going on this weekend. So give them a shout out on Twitter. Make sure you provide any support because they're doing whatever they can to go ahead and support the overall community of Wax and trying to help us grow in the UK. So hopefully we'll start seeing more Wax types of setups and things like this at additional Comic-Cons in the future. I think it's a perfect audience for future Wax players and community members. So I wanted to give them a shout out. So hopefully we start seeing more and more of this. Just great job, Drawn Company. Thanks for supporting the community. Next on the list, I wanted to bring your attention, if you have not seen this either on Twitter or through their sites, there will be a tokenomics upgrade. There's some significant differences or some adjustments, we'll say, that are coming here in the future. I'll probably do a separate video on it. Some of the noteworthy ones are involving the staking and allowing the gamer or the player to have the opportunity to decide between a gas type of transaction or if you continue with the staking transaction. I personally love the staking, most likely because I already have it in there. But I think this is great for the community because most blockchains are used to the gas tokens or the gas transaction fees. So this gives the opportunity to give them something that they're familiar with in case they don't want to put the Wax into staking, or then they can go ahead and flex into staking if they decide to. It gives that ability to go ahead and still be one of the lowest fees on the market, but also give you the opportunity for no fees on the market. So I think it's a good change. There's a lot of other changes in there also. So I encourage anyone that's in the Wax blockchain events or community, go ahead and check out the Medium article that Wax put out there. Again, if you're all interested, I'll go ahead and do a video on it and try and walk through the details. Next on the list, I'm sure you also all saw this, between December 11th and December 22nd, the NFT World Cup is going to be brought to you again by Introverse, doing a lot of events involving Wax quite a bit recently, which I love. Getting our name out there as far as the Wax community, featuring some really good games that are going to be out there. So please go over to their Discord. Also, Atomic Hub and Wombat have been really involved in this NFT World Cup for Xmas Fest, we'll call that. and just get involved in it. It's a lot of fun. You can go ahead and play some of the 3D fighting Street Fighter style games, plus supporting the different communities within Wax. So again, that'll be December 11th through the 22nd. I'll probably go ahead and do some videos on it also as we get closer and I get back from my vacation. All right, and then I wanted to go ahead and a quick update in case you didn't see it because it kind of snuck through. And again, this is not a specific Wax update, but it's related to a Wax project. Avalon was going to have an IMX drop this past week. It got delayed for one reason or another. Not sure of all the details. To I believe it's December 14th. Which is great. Again, I mentioned this last video. Any chance we have for some of our solid games to expand into other blockchains is a very good thing for, I think, everybody. Those blockchains are blockchains. The more blockchains get interact with each other and get familiar with each other, I think the more positive it is for every single blockchain that's out there, especially those that are focused on gaming and really getting quality games out there. So more to come on this. Again, on the 14th, this will be dropping on Atomic Hub. And then next on the list, we have NFT Battle Miners. Finished up Season 2 this past week. For those of you that were all in Season 2, congratulations if you were able to get some of the leaderboard rewards. Or those two, just a heads up for those of you that were in the community challenge or competition that we had going on within the Warrior Lion gaming community. Two of you were able to beat me, so I went ahead and I distributed those rewards. Let me know in the Discord or the comments down below, did you enjoy the community event? Because I will be happy to do more in the future, give out some more wax for those of you that want to go ahead and join into it. We do have the Season 3 for Shadow Depths coming up here in, I guess, a few weeks. They said anywhere between the 10th and the end of the week of that week. So that'll be coming out here shortly. They also have a huge post of changes that are going to be happening for Season 3 to help you prepare for some of the stuff that's going to happen. Most notably, you should be aware of is two things. First of all, PvP is coming to Shadow Depths, which I think is huge. It'll make things interesting. When you go on missions, you occasionally spot another clone. Now you have the opportunity to attack or be attacked by those clones. There's also a sneak attack that's kind of being added, so you can do double attacks. And then also the rewards are being increased, which is awesome. The leaderboard reward is getting doubled. They have been distributing about 6,000 worth of wax. It is now being bumped up to 12,000 worth of wax. In addition to that, the rewards those limited rewards at the end of the battle passes that were like 200, 100, 150, and so forth. It mentions that they're being increased. I don't know what they're going to be increased to or what's going to be added to it. So it's going to give more people the opportunity. If you watch my videos from it, I was really pushing for the 169 task to try and get that reward before it ran out. So this will help people out quite a bit that are going through the process to try and get additional tasks. Highly encourage you to go ahead through their Discord post with all the changes that are out there, so you're aware of what's coming up here in Season 3. Next on the list, we have Taco. Taco had their drop. Technically, you all know I record this on Friday morning, so technically this drop has not happened yet my time, but by the time you're watching this, their Season 2 drop has happened. So based on past drops, I'm pretty sure it'll probably sell out. If you were able to get a pack, let me know how you did with your pack. Season 2 for Combs is going to be going ahead and releasing here this coming week. For those of you that did Season 1, let me know how you did. I jumped into it late. You all saw the video that I did earlier this week. I jumped into it very late, but was able to actually get some decent prizes from the leaderboard. It wasn't huge. I think I got 30 or 40 wax based on the leaderboard, but I jumped in there late. So essentially, based on what they sell in these, the drop that happened today or yesterday, will depend on the reward. So it'll be a significant amount again. So if you're into it, in addition to that, I mentioned this a few times, and I should have a video dropping early next week. They're adding a new rental feature to Combs. So you can go ahead, if you can't afford one of the chain fields that are out there, you can go ahead and rent it from someone else for a small fee of Shing. Again, I'll have a whole video on that. So it helps with the price of entry, the entry point fee, in order to join Combs and have the opportunity to go ahead and win some of those prizes. All right, so next on the list, we have FGL. Let's go through the FGL items. Cosmic Clash kicked off their season this week. If you're not familiar with Cosmic Clash, head over to their Discord and check out this incredible video that someone made. I don't know who it is, but I appreciate Roger and the FGL team featuring the video that I put out there for the beginner's overview for Cosmic Clash. So go ahead and check it out. They're giving away 22,000 in wax as part of prizes for the Cosmic Clash. So go ahead and check that one out. Also this past week, I guess the past 2 weeks, they did the preliminary rounds for the Masters of Mecha World. I actually had a video drop yesterday for you, showing you how I did that. I was able to go ahead and play in the third qualifier, and I was able to get in the top 10. I actually tied for 5th, but because of my points, I ended up being 6th. Spoiler alert, sorry. But I qualified for the final round today. But they will be having more of these. They're free to play, and they're a lot of fun. I had a blast when I was playing it. I encourage you to check it out if you're interested in Mecha World or the dice tournament that they have. Again, free to play, some great rewards, and they will be having more of these. So check out the video that I put out there yesterday. It shows you how to go ahead and sign up for the Blue Mint tournaments and really play through the dice game itself. And then last but not least, Outlaw Troopers also ended their season this week. There's a lot of games ended their season this week. And they will be going ahead and kicking off a new season in a couple weeks here. They go through a normal process where they implement a bunch of upgrades, test, do a preseason, and then release the Outlaw Troopers next season. So once I have a date for that release, I'll make sure that I communicate it to everybody. And we'll probably go ahead and do another video showing you what's changed in the upcoming season 10 of Outlaw Troopers. All right, let's move on to Nova Pangia. I just want to go ahead and push this in there, or at least mention it. Nova Pangia just did a big sale. They're actually, a lot of their land, I'm seeing on Twitter, they're posting occasionally that their land deeds or the land plots that they have out there are selling out. So if for example, Shadow, I think the last time I looked, only had a few spots left. So if you're in any of those realms and you're playing Nova Pangia, check it out and keep an eye on the lands, because you're going to run out of lands, and the only way you're going to be able to get it here in the very near future is on the secondary market. I also wanted to highlight that they were part of the Mega Rumble event that happened this past week. So they are continuing to do a great job as growing their community and making sure their community is involved in a lot of the stuff that's going on. So shout out to them. Then I also wanted to mention this for Wombat. For those of you that are iOS or Apple phone holders, they are doing a big update to the iOS application that should give it a lot more functionality. It was very limited at one point. It had some bugs. So that is coming here. I believe it's, I'm just trying to quick skim through this. If it hasn't been released, it'll be released here soon. So make sure you do the updates to your phones if you have iOS. And then I wanted to go ahead and also show this one. I have a video coming on this coming week with the collaboration between FanVolt and Cosmos 11. I mentioned this several times that it's very interesting. What they have potentially going here is incredibly interesting from my point of view. There's a lot of challenges, and who knows if it's actually going to work. If it does work, I think it opens a whole heck of a lot of doors as potentially NFT holders having a piece in businesses, sports clubs, things like that. So check out the video. Until that's actually the club is bought and that whole thing, all that information is released. FanVolt is doing a lot of predictions as far as score predictions and giving away prizes. So if you're a soccer, or if you're outside the US, if you're a football fan, go ahead and check out FanVolt. They're trying to do a lot to really bring in the real world into the virtual world. As far as potentially owning a piece in a club. Again, a video I'll drop this week coming up with more details around that. Again, that's what I just showed you. That's the collaboration between Cosmos 11 and FanVolt. And then Aphelium, I thought this was interesting. This is great because we've gone through about 1.5 years of the bear market where people have been stepping away from projects because of the financial situation. 100% understandable. They've been stepping away from creating games and doing things like that to go back to quote unquote real jobs. And I use that term loosely, not to offend anyone, because I would love to have a job where I would be developing games. So I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Andy from Aphelium. Announced this week that he actually quit his day job so he could focus 100% on Aphelium, which is an awesome sign, both for the Wax project, that they're doing well enough that he feels that he is able to do that. And then in addition, it kind of is giving hints towards the bear market loosening up and maybe a bull market. Again, not financial advice by any means, but it's a good sign that the projects are doing well enough that people are able to start focusing 100% back on the project. Love to see that. Wanted to go ahead and highlight that in this weekly recap. Also, Oxia Origin, they released their closed alpha this past week, and let me go ahead and I'll just show this. This is a clip from the closed alpha that they have going on. As you can see, it's a PvE. I think there's also PvP in it. I really hope to get access to the alpha so I can go ahead and do a video on this one. Looks super interesting. So more to come on that one. Then I also want to announce Realm actually kicked off their season this week. So you can go ahead and check out their Discord for the whole calendar. Again, it's about a 12-week season with lots of events happening almost every week. And you all know I'm a big fan of the Realm game and the strategy behind it. So if you haven't tried it, it might be something that works out for you that you might enjoy. Warsaken went ahead and dropped a big update as far as the loot packs. I guess they were having an issue with the loot packs that were recently released. So they put some details out there if you were impacted by that. So go ahead and check out their Discord. Zombie Coin has their puzzle event going on. All the details are available on their Discord also. And then Colonize Mars, or Thrive on Mars, I guess they changed the Discord name to. They went ahead and they're doing a migration process. So you may or may not see some disruption with the store and a few other parts of the game yesterday through some points this weekend. I want to make sure you're aware of that if you weren't. And then last but not least, Pixon released a big update as far as 1.1.10. So make sure that you go ahead and check that out if you're playing the games. One thing I also wanted to note was a follow-up from Pixon. They confirmed that they are working on an iPhone application, which I think fits incredibly well with their game style. So that will be released as soon as Apple goes ahead and approves it. So that's awesome. I think the Android version is already out there, but I'm an iPhone or an Apple phone holder, so I'm excited for the iOS version of it to come out there. So those are the updates from this past week. Just a quick reminder that next week, Saturday, December 9th, will not have a weekly recap. I'm hoping to drop it on the following Monday instead. Please, I hope you all have a great weekend. Try and join some of the events that are coming up here, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.